Hello there, everybody. This is Mel Allen. Things are kind of loosey-goosey on the ball field. So relax and enjoy. The Royals let loose a new weapon. The Rangers go after loose baseballs. The loose and limber Pirates fall into their groove. The Spaceman feels loose in Montreal. And the Cardinals play it free and loose all over the field. All this and more next on This Week in Baseball. Brought to you by Gillette. When it comes to personal grooming, most people come to Gillette, makers of new improved Gillette Track 2. Micro-smooth edges make it a better shave.
Sold out again.
The new improved Gillette Track 2, please.
Yeah, say, who needs improved when these twin blades will do?
Track 2 has micro-smooth edges, makes the blade smoother than ever.
Shave better than these?
Better, safer, smoother, and comfortable.
Comfort, schmumfort, you don't have to, but...
Do you have the new improved Gillette Track 2?
Improved Track 2? Improved Track 2?
The new improved Gillette Track 2. Micro-smooth edges make it a better shave.
My old buddy Jim was a great umpire. He was quick on his feet. He's got eyes like an eagle.
I'm still quick because I don't get filled up. I drink light beer from Miller. Light tastes great. It's less filling. It's got a... What's it say?
Here you go, Jim. Try those.
Oh, yeah, a third less calories than a regular beer. Hey, you're Boog Powell. Hey.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
In Canada, baseball is coming of age in Montreal, where Expo fans have been enjoying a real sensation. First place in the National League East. The Expos took on the Phillies, tied for the top, and quickly knocked them out of first and off first. Ellis Valentine and the Montreal lineup wasted no time ripping into a troubled Philadelphia pitching staff in the first of a three-game series. Goodbye, baseball, and hello, first place, as 9 Expos crossed the plate to none for the Phillies. In fact, it wasn't so much the bats that lit the torch in Olympic Stadium as a quick Expos defense that allowed Philadelphia's power company no runs in 3 games. Earlier in Philadelphia, the Expos swept 3 straight in high-scoring games. But in Montreal, the applause was for all those zeros weighed on Pete Rose and those chilly Philly bats. 3 straight shutouts. Spaceman Bill Lee notched 1 with his baffling moon pitches. Rod Sanderson pitched another shutout, and fireballer Steve Rogers a third. The Expos had a 3-game lead over the Phillies, and it was a whole new ball game in Montreal. And in Pittsburgh, a whole new season may have begun, where the Pirates are hitting a new note under veteran manager Chuck Tanner as they make their move for the top of the National League East. Omar Moreno, known previously for fast feet, now adds a fast bat, good for a .325 average. The Pirates have always had hitters like Dave Parker, who can shatter the nerves of any pitcher. The reputation of Pirate greats like Wagner, Wainer, and Clemente is still maintained by Parker and company. This man, Bill Robinson, and veteran Willie Stargell can also still swing the bat. But a Pirate game now is more than a mere slugfest.
We've always been it's like two heavyweights in the ring. We're always standing there toe-to-toe, banging away at each other. But now Chuck has got us good pitching. Our defense have improved well over 40–50%. Our intelligence and approach towards the game, fine. We feel that we're more of a complete ball club now than we have been in recent years.
Better defense has shaken the Bucks from their annual early season blahs into a team that everyone has to watch out for. Actually, the Pirates are now putting it all together sooner than last year, when Parker and mates didn't catch up until the final weeks. Pittsburgh pitching is also improving. Reliever Bruce Kieson got a last-minute start, pitched a one-hitter against San Diego. Kieson came within an inch of a no-hitter when, with 2 out in the 8th, Barry Evans sneaked one by third baseman Phil Garner. The only Padre hit of the day. The crowd gave Kieson a generous ovation for an outstanding effort. Kieson went on to complete the one-hitter, but thought the official scorer should have given him a no-hitter. You can't have everything, but 8 wins in 10 games ain't bad. Elsewhere in the Eastern Division, St. Louis fans were entertained by some early hot summer baseball, of which the Dodgers got more than their share. The Cardinals, hot on the trail of Montreal, proved too slippery for the Dodgers, who dropped a 3-game series as well as the ball. Even harder to catch was Gary Templeton, flowing around the bases like high tide on the Mississippi. In a 5-game winning streak, Templeton got 15 hits and scored 9 runs. Bert Hooton didn't need the ball. He needed a police whistle. Cardinal carnage. Ted Simmons was one of many Redbirds just too hot to handle. And in comes Templeton again. Gary Templeton could not be tamed, hitting .600 in the Cards' hot streak, raising his season's average to .321. Keith Hernandez was also blistering with the bat, a .577 average for the week. Come on home, Gary. Looks like those lazy, crazy days of summer are back at last in St. Louis. And for the first time in several years, the Cardinals are back in the swing in the National League East. Now for this week's Volkswagen quiz. The Houston Astros' Denny Walling owns a .417 batting average as a pinch hitter. Recently got 2 game-winning pinch hits in 1 week as the Astros recaptured first place. Now, can you name the player who holds the Major League record for most pinch hits in a season? Well, stay tuned.
That Volkswagen Rabbit really handles. Is that why you're driving it?
Not really.
Well, is it because it can go from 0 to 50 in 8.3 seconds? But then why are you driving a Rabbit?
Because it has more headroom than my Rolls Royce.
Is that such a big deal?
It is. If you're Will Chamberlain.
Volkswagen does it again.
Now, let's take a look at American League action, where in the Eastern Division, the Boston Red Sox were on the upswing, while in the West, the Minnesota Twins were on the downswing. Thus far, Minnesota simply hasn't fared well against clubs with winning records. The Red Sox are one of those clubs, thanks to Fred Lynn, who's steadily been driving in runs all season. Boston has stayed close in the East, despite the injury of Carlton Fisk, who's now back as a designated hitter. Fisk still can't catch, but man, can he hit. Other Red Sox are also on the road to recovery, such as Butch Hobson, who blasted 2 homers in Minnesota, where the Sox took 2 out of 3 from the Twins. Gene Mauch felt the brunt of the Boston rehabilitation program. Pitcher Steve Renko, rescued from obscurity this season, picked up victory number 4. Even more heartening to Red Sox manager Don Zimmer was the return to form of ace reliever Bill Campbell, whose confidence was building.
I can pitch now. I can throw back-to-back, I think 2 or 3 days in a row with no problem. We just haven't had the opportunities here lately to get much throwing in.
Campbell got his opportunities in Minnesota and picked up saves 4 and 5. Contenders such as Milwaukee, California, New York, and Baltimore are still suffering from key injuries. But Boston is mending now and may be ready to roll. So might the Kansas City Royals, whose defense of the Western Division crown has also been threatened by injury. The Royals are famed for creating electricity at home, and speedster Willie Wilson, with a .350 average, has shocked everyone since injuries gave him a chance to play full time. Watch Wilson demonstrate the theory that a base hit can be as good as a home run. He steals second, which forces a bad throw. And with Willie on third, only a fly ball is needed to get him in. A Willie Wilson single produces a Kansas City run. Baseball's fastest man can really turn them on in KC, as can the mad Hungarian Al Raboski with his psych act. Nobody better mess with that act either, not even the umpires. The Hungarian holds his ground much to the delight of the hometown fans. 7 saves in the first 2 months. Another touch of drama in the Royal Court is the curious case of Fred Patek. Although a close second in early All-Star balloting, Patek has struggled with 11 errors in his first 28 games. Some thought rookie Todd Cruz might even take over, but Patek bounded back to his old form. One more time, Freddie. In fact, with pitching from the likes of Paul Splittorff, an 8-game winner, and defense from the likes of first baseman Pete Lecoq, the Royals have been winning for years, and they're winning now. As far as they're concerned in KC, it's only a matter of time before the Kansas City Royals once again burst out on top in the West. But then in Texas, Ranger fans believe the time has come to get the Royals off their high horse, and now they feel the Rangers have enough fresh horses to do just that. Rookies Nelson Norman and Pat Putnam, Buddy Bell, and Johnny Grubb. New Rangers keeping them in contention. Former Yankee reliever Sparky Lyle got off to a great start, but has since slumped. However, former Cleveland reliever Jim Kern has never been better. 7 wins without a loss, 9 saves, and a spectacular 1.36 ERA. Kern credits those vital statistics to his change of scenery and the challenge that comes from working alongside Lyle.
We ought to have, I think, the strongest bullpen in baseball right now. Sparky has averaged 20 saves a year for about the last 50 years with New York and Boston, and I've averaged 15 saves a year for the last 3 years in Cleveland with a team that's a combined total of about 40 games under 500.
Buddy Bell, another ex-Indian, has also proven to be a Texas leader. After a slow start, Bell's bat caught fire. Al Oliver continues to wield the steadiest Ranger bat with an average consistently above 300. But the hottest Ranger bat belongs to Johnny Grubb, who bedazzled them in Texas with an 18-game hitting streak, during which he batted .423 with 6 homers and 14 RBIs. From whom did the Rangers grab Grubb? Why, Cleveland, of course, which has to wonder what cut of the calf they're serving them down in Texas. Now back to this week's Volkswagen quiz, brought to you by the '79 Rabbit, Dasher, and Scirocco. Volkswagen does it again. The man who holds the Major League record for most pinch hits in a season is Jose Morales of the Minnesota Twins. Morales set the record in the National League with the Montreal Expos in 1976. He collected 25 pinch hits. Next week, Volkswagen will ask you again.
Why did car and driver say, if you had to pick a passenger car for a run down through the lumps and bumps of Baja, an Audi 5000 would be first choice? Why did Road Test magazine say, certainly it's the best sedan to come from Europe in a long while? Test drive the Audi 5000 at your Porsche Audi dealer and find out why.
Sold out again.
The new improved Gillette Track 2, please.
Yeah, say, who needs improved when these twin blades will do?
Track 2 has micro-smooth edges. Makes the blade smoother than ever.
Shave better than these?
Better, safer, smoother, and comfortable.
Comfort, schmumfort, you don't have... But...
Do you have the new improved Gillette Track 2?
Improved Track 2? Improved Track 2?
The new improved Gillette Track 2. Micro-smooth edges make it a better shave.
Now, welcome to the House of Diamond Dreams, where waters sparkle like champagne, and time is set to rest in the lazy bosom of a summer afternoon. Ah, what dream has cast its spell here? Perchance a dream most bizarre, a baseball fantasy. Okay, pal, time to wake up and get up to date with the defensive news of the week. Ranger third baseman Buddy Bell has been making headlines, thanks in part to his glove. Here's why. Other newsmakers include Cubs center fielder Jerry Martin, Brewer shortstop Robin Young, White Sox right fielder Claudell Washington, Cub third baseman Mick Kelleher, Tigers center fielder Ron LaFleur, second baseman Bump Wills of the Rangers, Cubs left fielder Dave Kingman, from the Dodgers, third baseman Ron Cey and first baseman Steve Garvey. And wrapping it up, Philly left fielder Greg the Bull Luzinski. Olay! Plays worth remembering, and a night they'll long remember at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. The first homecoming for Pete Rose since he signed with Philadelphia. First, Rose accepted the Reds MVP award for '78.
I'd just like to thank the great Cincinnati Tri-State fans who supported me so tremendously over 16 years. Thank you.
Though the applause was enthusiastic before the game, it cooled considerably each time Pete came to bat in a 0-for-4 night. More applause went to his third base replacement, Ray Knight. Knight, by the way, was hitting a surprising .335 and drove in a critical run as Cincy went on to take 3 out of 4. A cool homecoming? Perhaps, but Rose was wearing a different uniform, while Knight's was bright in Reds country. An even stranger reunion occurred in Toronto, where Tom Underwood of the Blue Jays, after 6 losses, was looking for his first win of the season. And he allowed Detroit only 1 run. But Tiger pitcher Pat Underwood, Tom's brother, making his big league debut, didn't allow any. Now, if you think Pat felt odd beating his older brother, how about their parents who had to cheer both sides? Maybe they ought to sing the old Civil War song, "One brother wore blue, one brother wore gray." Finally, it's time to sing the praises of San Diego slugger Dave Winfield, the recipient of this week's Gillette Special. In 8 games, the 27-year-old right fielder batted .500 with 5 homers and 13 RBIs. Winfield's hot week not only led the Padres to 6 wins, but lifted himself into contention for Triple Crown honors, moving within the top 4 in the National League in home runs, RBIs, and batting average. Congratulations, Dave. See you next week, folks, on This Week in Baseball.
Here's a reminder, it's English leather or nothing at all.
English leather cologne for men.